Hello, my loves. This is Dana Dixon Tate coming at you and also letting you know when you're ready to have that program, that event, that event on relationships, that event at your school, at your church, to help the young population of people to be able to avoid so many train wrecks. Oh, that I already ran into so many myself. I ran into those train wrecks, honey, because I was so naive. I was very naive about relationships. I didn't even know anything about them. Nobody explained them to me. Nobody even explained the fact that there are predators and predatress and hunters and huntress out there preying on the very vulnerable people like you and like me, because I was that vulnerable and naive little girl who grew up into a teenage girl. And then I grew up into a woman. And when I grew up into a woman, even as a woman, I was still naive because my mind was so wrapped up. Oh, it was so wrapped up in the church world. They didn't teach me anything about relationships. What they taught us about was not committing fornication. But even with a message like that, they need to put the other part with it. Because when you don't add the other piece, you don't add the knowledge piece, you're just helping everybody to get ready to run into those train wrecks and get into the wrong relationships because they don't know absolutely nothing. But here's what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about your internal guard, your internal protection mechanism, your sensory organs on the inside of you, your discernment that each and every one of us have. And when we are entering into trouble, all of those guards stand up and they start giving us alarms. They start letting us know something is wrong. He doesn't like you. He's not treating you right. She's not treating you right. There's something going on here. This is not right. You begin to feel uncomfortable. You begin to feel uneasy. A lot of times you need to listen to those voices inside of your head when you are in the presence of someone and your spirit doesn't allow you to rest in them. Doesn't allow you to rest in them. It doesn't allow you to trust in them. It doesn't allow you to trust in their protection. And why do we have to have all of these commercials that come on and interrupt all my flow when I was going? But that's okay. Anyway, so we have all these alarms going off in our bodies, warning us that it's time to get out. And we have to learn to listen when it is time to get out. Because a lot of times, when your mind is telling you to get out and you do not listen, that is the time when you end up falling into diverse troubles and diverse temptations and situations that you may have to fight your way out of. And we don't want to do that. So learn to listen to the alarms that go off when they're saying, no, no, it's time to go. You need to go. You need to put your coat on. Get your purse. Go to the bathroom. Tell them that you need to go outside and get some air. And when you get ready to go outside to get some air, if your car is there, you can get in your car and go. And if they ask you, oh, where you're going, oh, I'm just getting ready to go get in this car for a minute. And I got to go out here and get something out of the car I left, So anyway, You have to listen to those warning signs because they'll protect you and they'll keep you from a train wreck. Now, I want to talk about another thing. So you say to yourself that I want to be loved, and he doesn't. And you're tired of being alone, but you met that guy, and something about him is letting you know that you want to be loved, but he doesn't because he's not showing you the signs that he is loving you. And you're feeling this on the inside, and you're not acknowledging truth that's coming from the inside that's letting you know that he's not loving you. So you get yourself in trouble by ignoring the signs, denying the signs, and walking around blind because you're obsessed and you want control of this man that you want to pour out your soul. You seem to think that if you make love to him that it will change. But no matter how much love that you make with him, thinking that you're going to validate that thing, nothing seems to change because sex does not validate anything. Sex does not mean that somebody loves you. They may can get down. They might be that Captain Hook, you know what I'm saying, that really put it on you, but it doesn't mean that they love you. Because he might be having many other honeybees too, that love the same thing that you do, you know. So you're making love, thinking that he would change, thinking that sex would validate this thing, loving him harder than he loves you, hoping his actions that he will see, not realizing that he's just playing a game. All the ploys and tricks he plays, and you are feeling that and you are seeing that. And when you go out, you see that, you identify that, but you ignore those alarms, you ignore those warning flags. And when you ignore the alarms and you ignore the warning flags and everything, when they start going up, dun, 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 and they start poking you, and you ignore them. You ignore them so much that you end up entering into the train wreck that your body and those internal guards was trying to tell you to run away from. And you happen to end up getting with one of those guys that is busy putting all those notches on his belts. And then when he goes to the locker room, he's so busy telling all the fellas how he did what he did with you. And then they all are laughing and everything, talking about why marry the cow when you can get the milk free. Man, that ain't the woman for me. Oh yes, I've heard it from my platonic friend. He used to tell me about all of the women that he was involved with. He didn't like any of them. And then he would take the most inappropriate pictures of them, and then he would show me, you know, watch out. Young ladies, and know when to walk out. Know when to walk away. Don't just stay. Learn to walk away. Learn to walk away and kick them to the curb. And as I used to tell some of my young teenage students, I would say, girl, honey, they come and they go, they come and they go, they come and they go. So leave them alone and let them go. You ain't got to go through all of this, This is Dana Dixon Tate signing off. And remember, when you have that event at your place, when you have that event at your organization or at your church or at your school, give me a call. Give me a call so that I can come in as that old elder sister and talk to the young people as a real, true friend. Because I don't want them to get into those train wrecks. I want them to know how to stop before entering, before it's too late.